5, 4, 3,
Three,
2,
two,
1. It's weird with the delay because of the internet. Because I hear you say 3 after I'm like already about to say 2, and
yeah.
it's fine. The sync gets close enough, and I'll just shift it a few frames. Wait, no, hang on. I'll find my clap, and then I'll shift your sync.
You can
back.
shift me to you. Yeah. Yeah, mine would go backward. Well, it would be going forward, but you would be shifting it back.
Yes.
Because you would sync it to the way that you see it.
Yes.
Time is all weird. Because when you move something forward, you're moving it up. So it's happening sooner.
Yes.
But when you push something back, it happens farther out.
Later.
Yeah. So the number goes up.
I can't have this conversation when I'm fully awake, let alone like now. No, it's just no.
I also made a light cover. Like
A light? Oh, so you got some diffusion going on there?
Yeah. I sewed that with the fabric and put some elastic in there. Because last week I had the fabric just over it with a rubber band and then dangling. And now it looks like a shower cap.
Yeah, I gotta say, what I'm looking at on the video chat, it looks really good. Whereas mine is just like all top lighting and backgrounds blown. I gotta get a light.
Now,
It's on my list.
Question: You were talking about a ring light versus like a panel light or a key light, spotlight, fancy light.
Yeah.
So my understanding of ring lights is that they make things look flat and no shadowy.
I mean,
and that's good for makeup, but not good for like, not up close stuff.
I mean, the big thing is so that I really just want something that the camera sits inside. I mean, not necessarily this one because, well, that's not unreasonable. Oh,
that
wow.
Looks similar to what I was looking at, yeah.
Yeah, but sorry.
I remember an 18-inch. It was only like 120, but I don't remember.
But yeah, so my whole big thing is because your light is off to the side of your camera, right? Yeah. So whereas my light would be all around my camera, and yes, it would flatten it out, but also I've got so much light coming from up top, like you can see my hands just getting blown out as like that I need to have enough light on my face so that the up light is basically a fill-ish light. So that's what I need to solve first.
Yeah,
and I know a 3-point lighting setup, yeah, that'd be great. I have a living room, not a studio.
I mean, I kind of have that. I have a mostly white page open on this other monitor here.
That's how to do a fill light on the cheap. There you go. Because
you can actually see the difference on that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Like that's weird how that's that much of a difference.
It's also just a testament to how little light is needed for video nowadays. Because I remember when sensors were smaller, you just needed so much light to get anything, or you'd have so much video noise.
Yeah, but these are like 8 or 9-year-old webcams.
Yeah, I know, but they're really good still.
Yeah, well, they were good when because that was the C920 is basically the best that they had back then.
They still sell. I think they still sell that.
I think they upgraded it slightly to like the 922.
920S.
Yeah. And then,
it's
then
still
it says
number one
Lugi
bestseller.
instead of Logitech. Now it says Lugi instead of Logitech.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, how about that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like my trackball says Lugi. Whereas the old one it rubbed off, but it said Logitech. But yeah. And the price has come down on that, but
yeah, well, now that everybody's already got one for working from home and stuff.
Yeah, that helped too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still kind of want to get the camcorder one just because I would like to make that better, but at the same time, I don't need to. And I don't want to just upgrade for the sake of upgrading. It's on the list, but it's not a priority.
Right.
I have to keep
not
reminding
like
myself
we discovered
that.
The laptop kind of was.
Yeah, no, that was a priority, but then I'm only using it for this basically, which is
Oh, really?
yeah. I mean, I didn't feel like ripping apart my desk
Oh,
because
so
it
this
only
is just
has
like tacked on.
yeah. It's literally up to the corner, and it needs to get angled because it looks stupid when it's not, and it needs to be closer so that it's not cutting off the bottom like tenth of the screen with another monitor.
Oh boy.
Because
So then when you
I don't have a mount, so it's hard mounted to the yeah.
so then
Yeah.
when you're playing games on it, are you running the display to that and having to look off to the side, or you're running it to another
I'm running it to
screen?
the same other monitor that I was using before. So
Okay.
out of my 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the lower
Mhm.
left. So it's under and to the right of the webcam, camera, monitor. And then
Gotcha.
the laptop is way up in space. So I'll slide OBS up there when it's not the primary thing going on.
Right. Makes sense to me.
But I also have to get like some other cables to make it work better. It's like since I moved the audio stuff, one of the work laptops now the cable doesn't reach over there.
Hmm.
So it's like yeah. I can't just buy the stuff to make them. I mean I could, but then that's more expensive than
Yeah.
even
I
though
mean, for one
it'd
or
be
two
nice.
cables, it's more expensive. You're making if you need custom length cables, it's worth it. But if you need a dozen cables, it's worth it. But if you need one custom length cable,
Yeah, then it's
no.
not. So you just coil it and deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, you got to find a place for all the extra bits that you ordered, just in case you screw up one or two cables.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got plenty of bins, and I need to print more bins, but still, yeah.
Mm.
Because I had to order jacks, and I ordered 1 foot double right angle audio cables. I'm gonna cut so I can
Mm-hmm.
use that to make the preamp, unamp, the pre attenuator to go into the mixer for my
Yeah, your
audio.
audio setup is getting crazy, man.
It's so stupid.
Because you have to route so many different devices to so many different.
Yeah. Oh, and the mixer only
Yeah.
does 4 ports, and I need to mix 5.
Oh God.
So, oh yeah. By the way, stereo is 3 conductors. So
Common
you
and
can't
two.
use a double
Oh.
pole double throw. You have to use a triple pole double throw. So I had to go and order more of those. They didn't have triples.
Mm.
It's. I do not recommend anybody make that kind of a setup. Like, but the problem is like I can't just throw money at the problem
Mm-hmm.
because what I want doesn't exist.
Right.
And if it doesn't exist, I can't use it. And the only way it's going to exist is if I make it. So I'm going to have to
Which
spend
is
money
gonna be
on
more
parts and time and effort and figure out how to get it. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
slow process. And it's annoying. Oh, seeing your camera bounce like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the upcoming videos or whatever, where we're actually in the same room, there's a
Yeah.
lot more bounce. And I was like, why don't I just use the D shake thing on in
Oh.
FFmpeg? Well, there's 2. There's video stabilizer, which is supposed to be better, but double
Mhm.
pass. But there's also the video D shake.
Okay.
And with the
I
D
think.
shake, because like it'll basically mess up the edges, but I do that before I do the crop and then rescale, and it should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't actually lose anything, but I need to actually run tests. You're about to pull something up.
Well, no, I forget if I thought that Premiere had.
I'm sure it does. But
I know After Effects does, but also I'd have to learn it and everything. And if you could just do it like from my perspective, 2 clicks in FFmpeg. I know it's not just 2 clicks, but like if you figure it out and give me good footage, then I don't have to. It's one less thing for me to deal with.
It should be adding one more command to the pipeline. Obviously, I have to test it. But if I do it before the crop, or I crop it and then do before I do the second crop to make it smaller, then anything that it messes up will be outside of that. and it'll have that much more to work with.
In terms of grabbing pixels to stabilize, right?
To make that part look the way it's supposed to. And then with the scaling, any of those mistakes or issues should go away. So I should be able to do it with the single pass method.
Okay.
It's, one of those things I'd like to try it, see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize how bad the shaking actually gets.
Yeah. I mean, and when it's just my camera, it's not that bad. But when it's both of ours, it's...
Yeah, because I watched them both shake at the same time. I was like, ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta take this table apart and fix it again.
Yeah, that's on the list. It's not high
on the
list.
So many things on the list.
Yep. It just keeps getting longer.
Wow.
You do one thing and 4 more things are there. At least.
Yeah, but eventually some things start falling off the list because you found other solutions for them, or you eliminated the thing that was causing the issue.
You hope.
It's all about incremental improvements.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the first question is, do I really need to do this? Because if no, don't even start it.
Right. Whereas me, I just tend to go, I'm doing this thing, and then I realize halfway through, yeah, I didn't need to do this thing.
Yeah.
Ah, well. But speaking of didn't need to do this thing, hang on, come on, buddy, load it up. This takes a little bit to load up. You said you watched the Onion Peel episode. Okay.
I actually watched.
Yeah, I want to talk about how I kind of did that. What's up?
Actually, watched all of them. Yeah, I was like, I got to reply to this email first.
I want to talk about the layout because I knew content-wise I wanted to use this section with the sync clap and the discussion because I'm like, this is pretty good stuff. Yeah, and this is a great way I can end it on the baseball bat thing, So I'm like, okay, I have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Great. We have a good content. It's great discussion. Great. Boom. And then this morning I was like, how is that? So I threw it together like this. I figured, not going to bother cutting camera angles. We're going to sync everything up. So, all right, let's do all 4 sources. You've got us counting down. You got the games loading, and we get into it. And then I'm like, this is a boring background. I need to do something in there. So I just threw color bars back there.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what to put back there. But the fact that you like the layout and you like the idea of a background. Yeah. And this would be perfect for streaming. This kind of a layout. Yeah.
And actually,
move the face cams over a little bit and lose a little more space in the center, maybe for a 5th view or something.
Yeah.
Or info.
Yeah, basically info. Because the way I had envisioned it, so to speak, was to do it like the way we have the multi-mixes, where the webcam is on the top and the game is on the bottom. But I actually like it better with the game on the top because you look at that, but the people, like, I don't know, for some reason it balances better to me with it being upside down from the way I expected.
Gotcha. I mean, for me, I know my eyes tend to travel from top to bottom, so I tend to put the stuff that I would want to look at up top in the faces. That's why the faces wound up kind of down at the bottom.
You didn't want to look
to
at the
begin with. So I'm like, let me just try to keep that. What?
You didn't want to look at the faces?
It's not what we're really watching, so you know.
Oh, you mean like in normal stuff? Yeah. Oh, that's why you put them on the. Okay, I got it. I get what you're saying.
And I'll be honest, I still didn't get the edges quite the same. Again, because I didn't do my maths and I just eyeballed it. But I did get because I'm working with the same size video, the heights are the same. So for instance, your game AV and my game AV, they're both at the Y coordinate of 300. And just like the faces are at Y coordinate of 800.
Yeah, and since they're the same sizes.
Right. Which, again, thank you for doing the crops and the borders. So much less that I have to deal with. And that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that probably saves you at least 20 minutes of doing the same thing every single time.
And if I screw it up, then how much do I have to undo to get it right again?
Yeah, whereas it might not be perfect, but at least it's consistent.
Exactly. That's why I think where we work good as a team. It's like, we can do the creative things, but then we can also do the technical things to make the creative things better. And it's just, They both got to work together.
Yeah. Like you have to tell me like, hey, I want this, can you make the video do this? And it's like, yeah, I could probably do that. Especially if it's, over the whole file. Like that's easy.
Yeah.
Sure. But like when I did the blur of the corner.
Yeah.
And then I did a better blur, but like it's still there and it's still obnoxious, but like it's not intrusive. Like it's not super jarring.
Exactly. And just like I know in the first couple of videos you're like, that ended suddenly, so I'm like, no, I got to do something for the beginning and end of the video. And that's why when I found this music, I didn't know why I liked it, but that's the theme music now, so especially because it just ends.
The two that you picked, I like it. Like they just
the same track.
Work. Is it?
It's the same track, the beginning of the track and the end of the track. And it's from YouTube.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
Because they sound completely different to me.
The way that I've cut it apart makes it kind of sound that way.
Because the ending is more like something funny happened, and the beginning is just like, yeah, we're getting into it, with the horns or whatever. I don't know. I like it, so I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah. No, I have a whole bunch of music stuff here from the YouTubes. This one is Put On Your Dancing Pants by Reed Mathis.
Now you realize I'm not going to be able to hear it, right?
No, I realize that now, but
okay.
But I don't know if you can tell from the waveform here.
It's very loud.
I mean, this is the way audio kind of should.
And then there's three separate, or not separate, but three main sections of it.
Yeah, exactly. So you got your intro here, which is your and then it goes into the horns, and then it kind of goes to a little bit of a bridge, and then more music, and then the tick 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 again, and then it does that build up to the end to bam.
So you could basically repeat the middle section as many times as you need.
Yeah. I mean, I because I'm also putting this in like every video, or have used it almost in every video. I didn't want to overuse it, but if you like it,
I like it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, don't overuse it or whatever, but yeah, like
right.
That it just it's a thing, and I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit, it's a gag, it's a shtick.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of shtick, let me fix that thing here that you were doing. You told me about.
Add the S.
That should be onions dip. Presents. Why are you not? Oh god. There's still a couple of things with Premiere that bug me. Oh, now I've shifted it. Come on, why are you not? There we go. Now I've selected the right thing. Onions dip presents.